So this is the struct declaration example. Okay, so inside here we have two structs, struct subject and also struct student. Okay, there is the struct subcode and struct subname. All of this is actually the members of the subject struct. So on the other hand, at the student struct, we have char ID, string first name, last name, gender, float, CGPA. All of that is to the members of the struct student. Okay, see at this subject SRC taken. So that one is actually a struct. I call that struct from struct subject. Okay, and again, if you want to call a struct inside another struct, so the one that need to be called must be defined before it is used. Okay, that is the fundamental rules for C++. Okay. Okay, now we will be looking up how to call a struct inside a main program. Okay, which means that we are going to declare a variable of the struct that we already created. To create a variable or to declare a variable of the struct, just simply declare the name of the struct. In this case is student. So student, leave some space followed by the variable name. Okay. And please take note that since the S is capital H, which is case sensitive, if you put as S lowercase, then it will be going to have a compile error. And to declare an array of struct, just simply put the square bracket followed by the size of the array. This is similar as declaring a normal variable. Alternatively, you can use the word struct inside your main program. Struct followed by the struct name and the variable name. As you can see, the struct, which is the reserved word, and the student is the struct name and followed by the variable name. Now, the struct initialization, it is similar. For variable, you can also initialize it with value. When I said struct initialization, which means that upon declaring, you set the default value. Okay, so once you declare, you can straight away put the equals followed by the curly bracket. Okay, and inside the curly bracket is all the values. Okay, and take note that the values must tally with the orders of the members variable in struct declaration, which means if you see here that char ID is the first members, followed by the string first name is the second variable, last name is the third variable, and gender is the fourth, and lastly is the float CGPA is the last members. So the value must be tally with the declaration. Okay, you cannot put the float 3.45 at the first one because the first one is actually a char type. Now, how are we going to initialize a value inside an array of struct? This is simple. Just you have to have another curly bracket. Okay, basically you will be having two curly bracket. Okay, so the first curly bracket is actually referring to the index 0. Okay, and after the comma, you have another curly bracket, which means that the next index, which is the index 1. So starting from the curly bracket is all the value of the second index. And also, the value must be tally with the one that you declared previously. Okay, you cannot have different data switching between the values.